Hi guys, we are now looking on question 1 from the November 2022 Physical Sciences paper 2. Without any waste of time, let's get straight to it. Question 1.1. With 1.1 here is multiple choice. 1.1 is multiple choice. It says which one of the following terms describes hydrocarbons that contain only single bonds. So we have only single bonds there. Let us look at our options. Option 1 says isomers. Isomers, they have the same molecular formula but different structural formula, so this can be correct. Saturated, we know that they contain single bonds. So our answer for 1.1, it will be what? It will be B. You get 2 marks for that. It can be unsaturated because they have double bond in between, and it can be what? It can be homologous series. That's how you answer 1.1. Only single bonds, which is what? Which is saturated. Let's go to 1.2. Which one of the following combinations, right, correctly indicates the strongest intermolecular forces that are found in what? In ethanoic acid and methyl propanoate. Now we know that methanoic acid consists of hydrogen bonds, and methyl propanoate will have what? Will have dipole forces. So we are looking for an option that has hydrogen bonds and dipole forces. If we look at A, it says hydrogen bond, it can be correct. B says dipole, London forces, can be correct. C says hydrogen bond and London forces, it can be correct. But D says hydrogen bond and dipole. So for 1.2, our answer will be D, because ethanoic acid consists of hydrogen bond, and then methyl propanoate consists of dipole forces. Let's move to 1.3. With 1.3, it says that a test tube contains a liquid hydrocarbon. When bromine water is added to the test tube, the mixture decolorizes immediately. Now, which one of the following combinations identifies the compound and the type of reaction that takes place in the test tube? So we are adding Br2 now. If we are adding Br2, we should know that we can only add Br2 into a what? Into an unsaturated compound, or an alkene. So we are looking for an alkene for the compound, and the type of reaction should be addition. Option A, it says hexane, is incorrect. Option B says hexane, is incorrect. Option C, we have hex 2 in and then addition. So for 1.3, our answer there is C. Why? Because we can only add to an unsaturated compound, and then if we add, the type of reaction is called addition. You get 2 marks for that. Let us move to the next question, 1.4. 1.4, which one of the following statements is the correct definition of the rate of reaction? All right, so we are looking for a correct definition for the rate of reaction. If it says that the time taken for the reaction to take place, that can be the definition for the rate of reaction. The speed at which the reaction takes place, that can be correct. If we look at C and D now, there's something wrong with C, in fact with D, because D, we have the rate of the change in the concentration of the products or the reactants per unit time. That means the same thing. So the correct answer there will be C, which is the rate of change in concentration of the products or the what? Or the reactants. So our answer for 1.4, it will be C. You get 2 marks for that. Let's move to 1.5. With 1.5, we are given, or it says, consider the balanced equation. This is the balanced equation here between magnesium powder and excess dilute hydrochloric what? Acid. And therefore now, which one of the following will not increase the rate of this reaction? Remember now that here we have C equal to N over V. So let's check. Increasing the volume of HCl. If I increase the volume of HCl, if V increases, this will decrease, and if the concentration decreases, the reaction will not increase. So our answer there, we don't need to look any further. B, C, D will be incorrect. Our answer there will be A. So we can conclude that for 1.5, our answer is what? It's A. We get 2 marks, because when you increase the volume, you are decreasing the concentration, because volume and concentration are inversely proportional. Let's move to the next question, which is 1.6. 1.6, 2 identical sealed gas jars R and S. Initially, they contain gases as shown below. We have our gas jar R and our gas jar S. We are given 1 mole of H2, 1 mole of I2, and then we are given 2 moles of HI, which is hydrogen iodide. Now we are told that equilibrium is reached in both gases at 500 degrees Celsius. According to the following balanced equation, there is our balanced equation here. Now what is the question for? What is the question for 1.6? Which one of the following statements is true at equilibrium? What do we know about equilibrium is that the rate of the forward reaction should be equal to the rate of the reverse reaction. Now, which option will tell us the rate of forward will be equal to the rate of reverse? If I look at option A, it says S will contain 1 mole. This can be correct. If I look at B, R will contain a larger amount. It can be a larger amount. It must be equal. If I look at C, R and S will contain the same amount of HI. So C for 1.6 is our correct answer. So 1.6, we have what? We have C as our correct answer, because the rate of the forward should be equal to the rate of what? Of reverse. 1.7. With 1.7, which one of the following salts, so we are given salts here, when dissolved in water, will not change the pH of what? Of water. So we are looking for a salt that has a pH of what? Of 7. And that salt, it cannot be NaCO3, sodium carbonate. It cannot be COONA2. It can be ammonium chloride as well. When we look at the pH of NaCl, the pH is what? Is roughly 7. So meaning that 1.7, the answer is D. You get 2 marks for sodium chloride because it has a pH of 7. Meaning that if it has a pH of 7, it will never change the pH of what? Of water. Let's go to 1.8. 1.8, a dilute acid is titrated against potassium hydroxide solution, which is KOH. At the equivalence point, the pH is what? Is 7. So we are given a pH of 7 at an equivalence point. Which one of the following combinations correctly identifies the acid and the most suitable what? Indicator? We have options here. So we are looking forward for an option that has a strong acid and an indicator which is bromothymol blue. If I look at A, that is incorrect. If I look at B, it's incorrect. If I look at C, it will be incorrect because of the phenolphthalein. But D, it is my correct answer for 1.8. I have the strong acid here and I have an indicator as what? As bromothymol blue. So 1.8, my answer is what? Is D for 2 marks. Let us move on to 1.9. Which one of the following statement is true for an oxidizing agent? So we need to know what is an oxidizing agent. We also need to know what is a reducing agent. So we know that if it is oxidation is a reducing agent, right? And if it is reduction, it is a what? Oxidizing agent. All right. So we are looking at an oxidizing agent here. which is what? Which is reduction. And reduction is what? Is gain of electrons. So the answer we are looking for here is gain of electrons. When we look at A here, it says it gains electrons. That is our answer there. We don't need to look any further. B, C, D will be what? Will be incorrect. So the answer here for 1.9, it is going to be A. Why? Because it is an oxidizing agent which undergoes reduction. Reduction is what? Is gain of what? Of electrons. All right. 1.10 on electrochemistry. It says which one, just one, not two, of the following metals will reduce CD2 plus to CD solid. So moving from aqueous to what? To solid. But will not reduce Mn2 plus aqueous solution to solid. Let us look at our option now. What we need to do here, we need to look at our table of standard potential. If we can look at that table, we'll definitely get our answer. If we look at Mg, Mg is going to reduce both Cd and Mn, because Mg compared to Mn, it is a what? A reducing agent. Compared to Cd, it is also a reducing agent. When I look at Ni, nickel, Ni will never reduce Mn2 plus and will also never reduce Cd2 plus. Why? Because it is an oxidizing agent compared to the two. Ag as well will never reduce Cd2 plus and Mn2 plus because it is what? It is also an oxidizing agent. But Zn, when compared to Cd, it is going to reduce Cd2 plus. However, it will never reduce Mn2 plus. So our answer is A there. So for 1.10, our answer is what? It is A. You get 2 marks there because Zn can reduce Cd2 plus to Cd solid. However, it cannot reduce Mn2 plus to Mn solid. Why? Because when compared to Mn, it is an oxidizing what? Agent. All right, grade 12. So this is how you would have answered question 1, which is multiple choice.